We'll stop at this natural hot water spa, take a look and have a little therapeutic soak. To reach the hot springs, we'll walk along a boardwalk, about 100 yards to start, maybe a turn up ahead. Now in the campground part of the spa, hot water park, we do have a working pump. I'm not willing to pump it hard enough, but there's water there. We've come off the highway 1 kilometer according to the sign to go to the Smith River Falls. I would call it a cataract more than a falls, but it's quite striking. I hate to take a canoe over that. Wild horses live out here, and there are several others back in the shrub. Certainly appear to be wild. There's no fencing around here. We made it to the Yukon border. We'll cross this border 3 times going up to Fairbanks. That's because the highway dips down south back into British Columbia. It's just a line in the sand, of course, but nonetheless it's a bit of an accomplishment having made it this far north. And Benji makes it to the Yukon. We're in Watson Lake, Yukon, where you've probably heard of the Signpost Forest. Started by a private who was building the road, put up a post with his hometown name on it with the mileage, and it's grown since then. The city keeps putting up more posts and they keep filling them up. This is just a small part of it. Benji, what are you doing? The bugs get nasty looking up here. Canadians aren't afraid to spend money here. They built this probably for about 1/3 of a mile, taking us to the falls. More like a cataract to me. After at least a half a mile walk, we were rewarded with this picturesque scene. During high water season, we'll have an overflow of water falling down through that cataract, which is now just a little stream, creating this hole here, piling up the dirt from it over here. Must be quite a show. We're at the Continental Divide once again. Not much to look at here, just a flat expanse. This is the longest bridge we'll cross on the Alcan Highway. We're very near the village of Teslin in British Columbia, in Yukon. We just crossed the border again. I hate these bridges. You can look right through the floor. And the metal yanks your steering wheel back and forth. It's very disconcerting the first time it happens. You won't move back and forth very much, but a couple inches is enough to scare you. We'll stop by the Heritage Center for the local First Nation people. The Tlingits, I believe it's pronounced, have 5 clans, and they each have created a totem here. They're named after animals. I'm familiar with the crow and the wolf. Here they're either canoe building or canoe restoring, perhaps both. Not so much a museum, but a display of the modern artwork of the Tlingits. The entrance to this roadside business says closed. This is the fourth one I've seen in the last 3 or 4 days. And they're not old. They're not like they were established 50 or 100 years ago and then finally died out. These are fairly new. The economy, I think, is hurting up here. We're in Whitehorse, which is the capital of Yukon Territory. It's not a province or a state, just a territory. This is the government building, the Capitol building of the government of Yukon. I've seen these Sears stores in the rural areas. They're just catalog stores. They don't stock any merchandise. We're at the dam at Whitehorse. We'll see how close we can get. It's regular rapids coming down here. This is the discharge water from the dam. You can get as close to the water as you want. Fish ladder, allowing the fish to swim upstream to the point of this little waterfall and now go up the ladder. This is the closest I've ever been to the discharge of a hydroelectric dam. Of course, this is not exactly the Boulder Dam, but nonetheless it's a very powerful display of natural energy. Fairbanks?
Yes, we went to Prudhoe Bay and then we went to Homer.
Okay.
And now we are coming back.
Coming back?
Yes.
On your way home, another year and a half.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, show me where you're going, where you've been from.
Yes, here.
Uh-huh.
And we went to Ushuaia
Okay.
and went down this for the west coast.
Okay.
And now to Prudhoe Bay.
Uh-huh.
And now we are coming back to the east coast.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
The car.
A 1981 French-made Renault. And no problems with it.
No problem. Sunbury.
This is the website if you
Yes.
want to see their pictures. The young lady and her boyfriend, who I didn't get to meet, is amazing. They're traveling from the southernmost city, or I imagine village in South America, up to Fairbanks. They followed basically the west coast as best they could, and now they're headed back, except they'll be following the east coast as best they can. They're working their way along. This is not financed or sponsored in any way that I could determine. They seem to be just vagabonding it. Just amazing. I thought I was having a long trip. The Whitehorse Trolley. The trolley itself was originally brought from Argentina.